Hi, we are from Tessel A, and my name is Ahmad Syahmi bin Husni.
My name is Kabelen Thiyagu.
My name is Aviinash, and this is our GPP1092 presentation. So before we get to answer the question, we should analyze what is the definition of teacher quality. So if we take a look at it from a general context, teacher qualities are a set of characteristics that teachers should possess in order to create a knowledgeable and excellent lessons to students. A teacher should have enough qualities. If they do not have enough qualities, then the lessons won't be effective and good. And if you take a look at teacher quality from an educational point of view, it means the ability to produce teachers who meet the standards of teaching that are expected by the Ministry of Education at school level. And especially if we take a look at the Malaysia's educational context, there are systems called Teachers Education Philosophy and Malaysian Standard Quality of Education, where these systems requires the teachers to be noble, knowledgeable, and skillful and to be creative with their lessons. So, based on the general knowledge that we got from the definition of teacher qualities, we have found out three types of teacher qualities that a teacher should possess. First one is the modern qualities that we believe every teacher should have in current times, such as adaptability and creativity. And the second one, we have social qualities that involves communication skills and collaboration. And the third one, we have classroom setting qualities that involves organization skills and classroom management skills. So today I am going to explain about the first type of qualities that are modern qualities. Let's look at the first quality that we have, that is adaptability. As we know, adaptability is the quality of being able to adjust to new conditions. As era changes, we also have to adapt to the situation in order to live peacefully. It also means the ability to change according to the changes that's happening in the present. So, why teachers should have this quality? It is because the education landscape is drastically changing in this 21st century. We get to see a lot of innovations, creations that we have never ever seen before during our previous centuries. So it is important for teachers to adapt to the certain situations in order to deliver great lessons to students and also become an efficient teacher. And now we're going to discuss the best adaptations that every teacher should possess that can create best outcomes for our current education. First of all, we have technology implementation, where teachers must implement and incorporate technological gadgets in their lessons and mixing them with traditional pedagogies. This is because students nowadays, they are very advanced and they consume a lot of social media content and technology because they live in a digital era. It is also one of the active learning pedagogical techniques. For example, instead of telling them to just taking notes in a traditional way, we can introduce them to use note-taking apps such as Jamboard and Canva, which is more efficient. And we can also teach them by using various social media such as YouTube and TikTok that cater to their taste. Number two, we have personalized learning. It's an educational approach that aims to customize learning for each student's strengths, needs, skills, and interests. Basically, we as teachers should not stick to one type of pedagogy only, and we must explore a lot of variety of pedagogies because there are a lot of type of learners that we meet, such as visual learners, auditory learners, and verbal learners. So we must use different kind of techniques that can help students to absorb information much better. So it also helps us to track students' performance and personal needs. So they're able to absorb and understand the content much better by using personalized learning. Third of all, we should be less exam oriented and involve critical thinking. Especially in this age, students have been much smarter and have a lot of knowledge as the current world is going towards a more digital path and the complexity of daily tasks has been increased. And teachers should just encourage students to encourage their students to broaden their minds and their opinions and perspectives on one topic instead of just having them listening to you and they do not interact at all. So it's important for students to improve their thinking skills at this age. And now we're going to look how adaptability influences teaching and learning process in educational aspirations. First of all, it definitely increases engagement between teachers and students that fosters unity. This is because students nowadays they love technology and it is very relatable to them. The usage of the technological aids makes them feel more enthusiastic into learning the materials and the lessons they're going to receive from the teacher. By the teachers adapting to students' needs, they can build a fond relationship with them and have understandings. For us teachers, we must understand student psychology. If not, we cannot build connections with them. That's how students will appreciate us if we understand them. So they will able to concentrate in class as well. Number two, adaptability also gives positive impacts on students' overall achievement that increases students' quality. This is because based on the discussion that I had on personalized learning, students will be exposed to various types of pedagogical techniques in this age based on their capacity, skills, and interests. Instead of only learning one technique, they can connect topics based on their interests and using preferable pedagogical techniques. So they are able to learn materials and concepts much faster and then able to ace in exams and tests because of this. And third of all, adaptability creates open-minded students that will learn different global perspective. Back in the day when we look at it, we do not have the chance to learn on different people's culture, religion, historical background, and etc. because we do not have the accessibility to learn them. But nowadays, with super technological aids, teachers will teach students on how they will learn different global perspective based on teachers' pedagogy. From these, students get to learn various kind of culture, religion, and historical background, and they will have a sense of openness because of it, and instead of just letting their view on one perspective or opinion only. From this, for example, when they're staying in overseas, they will have a knowledge that this is how the culture works here, so they're able to live in overseas in such easy way. Last but not least, adaptability also creates extraordinary students that use their thinking skills. This is because in our Malaysia current education, principles such as HOTS, higher order thinking skills, requires critical thinking skills instead of just memorizing from books and writing in the text. Students must be able to analyze and apply their knowledge in real life applications instead of just knowing it. Based on the Bloom's taxonomy, remembering is the lowest form. So we are living in the 21st century, so we must upgrade. So we must encourage our students to upgrade to application level and to lastly to create something based on the knowledge that we have. This is because the world is rapidly changing. We do not know what will happen in 10 years and we are moving to a faster digital pace. And basic jobs such as taking care of things will be replaced by AI and we have to be much smarter than them in order for us to succeed a job. So it's essential for students to learn about the topic deeply. Now we're done with adaptability, let's go to creativity, the second quality of modern qualities, which is the use of imagination or original ideas to create something or to invent something new. In the context of education, creativity is about building knowledge and developing skills using creative techniques. Now, we're going to look at some of the best techniques to apply creativity in education. First of all, we have visual learning. It's a type of learning style in which students prefer to use images, graphics, colors, and maps to express ideas and thoughts. They are not keen to read long text and absorb information. They prefer colorful maps and visuals and tables to understand information. In fact, 65% of the world population are visual learners. Majority of us are visual learners. So visual learning is an essential technique that can be applied in our current education. Next, we have gamification. It's an education involved integrating elements of game design and mechanics into educational settings to enhance engagement between teachers and students. And just specifically designed to cater to students' tastes. This is because students and teenagers spend most of their hobbies in playing games. So we must take it into the consideration and take advantage of the fact that we must use games to, as teachers, we must use games to attract them to be interested in our lessons. For example, we have quiz games such as Kahoot and Quizzes, and we can also use cartoon-based games such as Mario education games. These are the huge gamification platforms that we can use to attract our students' attention. And now we're going to look at how creativity influences teaching and learning process in achieving educational aspirations. First of all, students will be given opportunities to enhance their leadership skills, especially in today's zeitgeist. Instead of teachers explaining everything, writing it in a whiteboard, and students listening to their teachers, students would be the one that would be given creative choices to analyze and understand information independently and lead their peers to numerous goals. For example, we have student mathematics sessions that we used to have in our SPM era, where the mentors or the smart students will assist the ones who are not really good in the subject. So the mentors have will enhance their leadership skills by leading them to achieve good results. So from this, then they can have resilience, emotional intelligence such as empathy or understanding others, and they can build entrepreneurship because of this. This was the data that we found that creativity 60% influences most in shaping leadership qualities in a person. Second of all, from creativity, students are able to perceive knowledge in different ways. Basically, students have to be fully literate and numerate. This is the basic composition that every student must have. But different people perceive the information in differently. For example, some people are good in linguistics, some people are good mathematics and science. So by adding various type of creating techniques to studies, students will be more interested in learning the lessons much quicker. And also, we also have to combine other form of subjects into our subject to make the lessons look more innovative and engaging. For example, in the first picture, we can see a practicum teacher incorporating arts and shapes into mathematics class. Mathematics is usually the subject that is very hard to understand, but by adding arts and shapes, which are very easy to digest informations, students are able to process the mathematical equations much faster. And the same goes to the second picture that shows the practicum teacher that incorporate Pac-Man game in science lessons. Pac-Man game is one of the top favorite lists by teenagers in their game list. So by adding a very popular game and putting it in the lessons, they'll become much more enthusiastic playing them while learning new information from it. Last but not least, from creativity, students are able to improve their language proficiency because language is used as a tool to allow creative choices penetrate into different forms of communications. By applying creativity, students often use languages that can improve their proficiency in it. From this, they can be experts and become good in linguistics. For example, creative writing tests, public speaking press sessions, and presentations, which is one of the most common pedagogies that teachers normally use to improve students' language proficiency from speaking point of view. And Malaysia, especially Malaysia, it focuses on bilingual proficiency, where we as students must excel in Bahasa Melayu and English to deliver a proper communication by using these languages. Right now, we're showing you the graph where it says what kind of activities the teacher should conduct to improve students' language proficiency, such as discussion with friends, telling stories, presentation of material, debate practice, and speech practice. These type of techniques teachers must use in their pedagogical technique to improve students' language proficiency. And that's all from my part. And right now, I'm going to pass this presentation to Syahmi for him to explain about social qualities.
Now, moving on to social qualities, which is communication skill. Moving on to the definition of communication skill. Now, knowing this is fundamental to become a good communicator. Means you can talk clearly and listen well, making sure everyone understands what's being said. Communication skill refers to the ability of a teacher to convey information effectively, listen actively, and engage with students in a clear, respectful, and understandable manner, making sure that everyone understands everything clearly in the end of the day. Now, why is being a good communicator important, you may ask? Well, effective communication is fundamental for creating a conducive learning environment where the students will feel understood, valued, and motivated to engage in the learning process. Without strong communication skills, it's challenging for teachers to convey complex concepts, provide constructive feedback, and establish rapport with students. Now imagine trying to learn something when the teacher can't even explain it properly or doesn't listen when you ask questions. Good communication helps everyone get on the same page and keeps the learning going smoothly so that everyone get out of the class understanding the concept and knows what they should be knowing. Now, how does being a good communicator affect teaching and learning process, you may ask? Well, communication skill influence every aspect of it. Clear communication helps students understand instructions, grasp complex concepts, and participate actively in classroom discussions. Active listening enables teachers to address students' questions and concerns, fostering a supportive learning environment. Additionally, nonverbal communications such as body language and gestures can enhance understanding and engagement in the classroom. When teachers communicate clearly, it's easier for the students to understand what's being taught. Plus, when the teacher listens to the students and give them feedback, it helps them learn better. Even the way a teacher moves or uses facial expressions can make a big difference and help students understand better. And then you may ask, how does this quality helps to achieve educational aspirations, right? Now, for one, students will get confidence and feel supported in their journey. Why? By receiving constructive feedback and encouragements, students develop confidence in their ability, empowering them to pursue and attain their educational aspirations. Next, communicating clearly. By communicating clearly, it helps students to understand concepts better, leading to improved learning outcomes. And last but not least, engagement. Effectively communicating keeps students engaged and interested in learning, further enhancing their motivation to achieve educational goals. Now, all this adds up to make one goal clear, which is, yes, achieving educational aspirations. Moving on to the next point, which is social qualities collaborations. Now, you may ask, what even is collaboration, anyways? Well, collaboration means working together with others, like students, other teachers, or parents, to get things done and make learning better. Now, collaboration refers to ability of a teacher to work cooperatively with the whole communities involved, including colleagues and other students and parents and other stakeholders to achieve common goals and enhance the learning experience overall. And why is it important again? Well, collaboration is essential in education because it promotes teamwork, creativity, and shared responsibility. Teachers who collaborate effectively can leverage diverse perspectives, resources, and expertise to create dynamic learning experiences that meet the needs of all students. Think about how much more you can accomplish when you work as a team instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Collaboration helps bring in different ideas and skills to make learning more fun and effective. Ask your parent to sign the parents teachers meeting confirmation because this will further helps you to understand better overall and it will give a good outcome for you in the future. And how does the quality affect the teaching and learning process? Well, collaboration enables teachers to share their expertise and best practices, develop innovation and teaching strategies, and provide targeted support to students. By collaborating with colleagues, teachers can identify any student's needs, tailor instructions, and implement interventions that support academic growth. Furthermore, collaboration fosters a sense of community and belonging in the classroom, which enhances students' engagement and motivation. When teachers collaborate with one another, they can share cool ideas and help each other out. It also means that they can figure out better ways to help students who are struggling. Plus, working together makes school feel more of a community where everyone supports each other and everyone is welcome. Now, how does this quality helps to achieve educational aspiration, you may ask? Well, sharing resources and skill is one. Collaboration means teachers share their teaching tools and know-how. By working together, they can bring in different ideas and methods to make learning more interesting and effective for the students. Secondly, encouraging creativity. When teachers team up, they can come up with new and exciting ways to teach. This creativity makes lessons more fun and helps students learn better. And lastly, tailoring learning. Collaboration helps teachers to personalize their learning for each student. By working together, they can figure out what each student needs and find the best ways to help them succeed. Collaboration plays a very crucial role in helping teachers and students achieve their educational aspiration. By working together, we can all finally reach this so wanted educational aspiration that we have always aspired before.
Okay, now let's move on to classroom setting qualities. So first, we're going to talk about classroom layout and organization. We have 3 points, so let's look at each of them. So the first one is ergonomic design. An efficient layout promotes movement and interaction during activities. So actually, what is ergonomic design? Let's look at it. Ergonomic design in classroom layout and organization focuses on creating a learning environment that is comfortable, efficient, and supportive of students' physical and cognitive needs. So, let's see the some key principles of ergonomic design in a classroom setting. First, we should have a good furniture, which is table, chair to the pupil to sit and learn in a comfortable place. Second one is lighting. So, in a classroom, there must be a good lighting so that the classroom doesn't look like dark, dull. A dull classroom can affect a student's learning process. So, next is accessible supplies. Well organized materials helps students find what they need easily. So, the teachers can provide newspaper, magazines, storybooks, so it can help the students to learn in a good way and make their learning process easier. So third one is multifunctional spaces. Flexible areas accommodate group work, independent study, and whole class instruction. So the teachers can arrange a good layout of classroom. For example, arranging the table according group so that every time they have a group work, the students easily can communicate with their team members. So let's look about classroom resources and materials. First one is diverse reading materials. Books, articles, and online resources cater to varied interests and reading levels. So when the teachers are arranging the books, storybooks, magazines, newspaper, and some other reading materials, the students will get interest to read it when they saw it. So next one is interactive technology. Access to digital tools enriches learning experience and engages students. So basically, in this 21st century, there are a lot of technology which can help the teachers teaching process and also the students learning process, which for example the teachers can arrange a quizzes or a slide presentation, something like that, which connect the students with the technology, so it can make the learning process more fun, and also the teachers can easily engage with the students. So the third one is hands-on manipulatives. Physical objects aid in understanding abstract concepts and reinforce learning. For example, when there is a group work, the teachers can provide the mahjong paper to Let the students write what they are thinking and write the points in that. So not only using technology, the teachers can also arrange physical objects aid to do their teaching process. So the question is, how do organization skills influence educational aspiration? So for the first one is physical environment. Okay. The layout creates a comfortable environment essential for fostering a positive attitude towards learning. So, well, when there is a good classroom layout and organization, it creates, it makes the student comfortable when they are doing the learning process. So, the second one is interactive spaces. Organized spaces encourage collaboration and active participation, influencing educational aspiration. So for the third one is students participation. So when there is a good classroom layout, the students will eagerly come to school every day to enjoy the beautiful and dynamic classroom layout. So for the fourth one is enhanced focus. So for the enhanced focus means when there is a good layout, the students will focus their 100% contribution in the classroom when the teacher is teaching. Okay, now let's look about effective classroom management. Just now we look about the classroom layout and organizations. Now we look at the effective classroom management. So, for the first one, positive reinforcement. By recognizing and rewarding desired behaviors such as participation, effort, or kindness, you are reinforcing those behaviors, encouraging students to continue them. This can be done through verbal praise or giving some rewards to the students. Celebrating achievements, both big and small, doesn't matter they achieve a big achievement or small achievement. Fosters a positive classroom atmosphere and motivates students to excel. For the second one, establish ground rules. Clearly defined expectations and consistent classroom rules provide structure and guidance for students. So when everyone know what's expected of them, it helps maintain order and minimizes misunderstandings. Ground rules should be communicated clearly and collaboratively, allowing students to contribute to the discussion and take ownership of their behavior. So the last one is proactive approach. Addressing potential issues before they escalate is crucial for maintaining a harmonious learning environment. Okay, so everyone is curious, how do classroom management skills influence educational aspiration? So as you know, for the first one is positive learning environment. Effective classroom management creates a conducive atmosphere for learning where students feel safe, respected, and engaged in the classroom. They are most likely to develop a positive attitude towards education and aspire to achieve higher academic goals. Furthermore, teacher student relationship. In a classroom, there must be a good and strong teacher student relationship. Strong classroom management fosters positive relationship between teachers and students. Teachers who effectively manage their classrooms are better able to connect with their students, understand their individual needs, and provide the necessary support and encouragement to help them reach their full potential. So for the last one, role modeling. As you guys know, in the schools, teachers are the first role model to their students. In the house, parents are the first role models to their children. Teachers with strong classroom management skills serve as role models for their students by demonstrating effective communication, organization, and problem solving skills. They provide students with a valuable examples of how to succeed academically and professionally.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
listening
listening
to
to
us.
us.
Bye.
Bye.